Welcome to Comic Picks by the Glick.
And I'm Jason Glick. And this week we got going a little obscure here because, well, if there's any justice in this world, this wouldn't be an obscure series. It's called Sleeper. It's written by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. It takes place in the Wildstorm universe. We asked me, Jason, what is the Wildstorm universe? Well, it's basically like the universe that Jim Lee created back when he broke off from Marvel and joined Image. Now, why should you care? You shouldn't. Okay. Because basically all the series is about is a government operative named Holden Carver, who basically winds up getting his unit killed after he gets in contact with an alien artifact that turns him into a pain battery.
Ooh.
So basically, like any pain he feels, he can store up and pass on to whoever he feels. What happens to Holden after he gets this power? Might not think so because after his unit is killed, his boss John Lynch basically feels this is a great way to find the perfect cover to make him an undercover operative, getting to place into this criminal organization led by a guy named Tao.
Now it's lots of pain in the criminal organization.
Yes, because now the thing is though, after Holden is successfully placed into Tao's organization, Lynch is attacked and winds up going into a coma. So since Lynch was the only person who knew that Holden Carver was the only person was actually like an undercover operative, he's basically on his own inside this organization.
All right.
Yeah, and what he has to do to survive is basically the crux of the series. Now, the series thrives on moral ambiguity because Holden, like he wants to do the right thing. He wants to try and find. He knows that what these people are doing is evil, but at the same time, he's had to do so many like morally compromising things just to survive. Like, he's had to kill other undercover operatives in order to maintain his own cover, and he's also had to kill people under Tao's orders, and even then, like he's actually made friends with some of these guys, like his best buddy, Genocide Jones. like Genocide, I mean, like he's a really nice guy. Really, even though he's like been on like killing anyone he just doesn't like. Like, he took the name Genocide Jones. He wanted to like just kill everyone on Earth, and like Holden says like genocide basically means like killing a specific ethnic group here. And Genocide responds by saying, "Yeah, that's fine. So as long as you just start with the cops."
So he gets a kind of a strange form of Stockholm syndrome, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he doesn't want to find like forming bonds and just getting to know these people, but at the same time, he still has his own objectives. Like he wants to try and bring this guy down. But with Lynch out of the picture, even the people who he used to work for think of him as a rogue operative. How he's just gone over to the other side. And let's see, like now it's a 4-volume series. The first 2 volumes is basically show Holden going so far, struggling with this problem, and just trying to find ways out. And every time he tries to find a way out, things just get even worse, all the way to the point where he just winds up going completely working into Tao's organization, committing to it fully. The second volume, however, well, you see, Lynch wakes up, and now after Holden's gone completely rogue. Now Lynch gets him back to touch him and tells him, "Okay, I know you're actually one of our guys. I want you to come back." And so now Holden finds himself basically being played by Lynch and Tao against the other guy.
Oh, great! He's like a double operative, basically.
Yeah, and it's just great seeing all the pressure that Holden's put under. It's like it's all like. Just all the horrible choices that he has to make, like all the pressure he's put under, and because in the end, it's a great to see that he finally he tries to take control of his destiny, but even then, it winds up only like putting him further underneath the edge.
So that's what you kind of meant by the whole moral ambiguity situation.
Yeah, because the series is basically just all about just like all the bad stuff that happens to Holden Carver. It's like because of the situation he finds himself in. And it's written extremely well by Ed Brubaker because it's essentially a crime, even though it's got focused on a bunch of superhero types here, like with all the superpowers like Holden's. It's very much a crime series at heart with basically like Holden's like he's like the guy going undercover in the mob here, and it's illustrated extremely well by Sean Phillips, who has a great noir sensibilities and a really great design sense to keep with panel layout and just like showing doing that, making everything look dark, but not necessarily hard to follow. I mean, like
Gotcha.
I have to say, like Sean Phillips, he's one actually my favorite artists because even though he doesn't have like say like the raw or like the style like detail of like someone like Brian Hitch or the great superhero grandeur of like Jim Lee, everything he does it's like stuff like this with Sleeper. It's something that I'd be interested in reading. It's just like he's just a great storyteller in the way he handles his art.
So it's safe to assume that you recommend this series.
Highly. And also the prequel volume, Point Blank, which actually details how Lynch got shot and just and also how Holden got screwed up in this situation in the first place.
Gotcha.
Okay. Next up on the list is Gunsmith Cats, Burst.
All right. Burst, I've watched the anime Gunsmith Cats. So how is this related?
Okay. Well, first of all, it's like the anime does a good job of showing you what Gunsmith Cats is about. It's about Riley Vincent and Minnie May,
Yes.
two Chicago-based bounty hunters who go like Riley's the girl with the guns, and Minnie May's the explosive expert.
Yes, she is.
Yes, and this is them going around taking on all sorts of crazy criminals, and like just blowing all sorts of stuff up in the process. It's a lot of fun. It's a great action series, and Burst is illustrator Kenichi Sonoda's return to the series after taking a break to do other stuff like Ken and God Exacxion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's gotten a lot better since the first volume, which basically, the first volume of Burst was just kind of like, oh, well, it's back. And, it really hasn't changed at all. It's gotten progressively better with volumes 2 and 3 because you get lots more action it seems like there's going to be like an overarching story about Raleigh and Minnie May get involved with the criminal organization who's got some designs on after they screwed them over in the first and second volumes.
Mm-hmm.
Now this organization's got an eye on them and wants to try and get some retribution out of them.
Mm.
The thing is though is that as with like the previous series, Kenichi Sonoda seems to have a there's always like a tug of war between with Kenichi Sonoda. So he wants to do whether or not he wants to do like a Gunsmith Cat series with Raleigh and Minnie May, or does he want to do a Bean Bandit series by himself? Because those of you who don't know, Bean Bandit is basically like the master master drive escape driver. It's like if you find out you want to have trouble with the mob or anyone else, you pay Bean Bandit enough money, and he will get you out of there, no questions asked.
Gotcha.
And the second volume, and now into the third, basically deals with a cop who basically his personal mission to take out Bean Bandit by any means necessary. And if you were wondering, like, whoa, hey, I thought this was the Gunsmith Cats series with Raleigh and Minnie May, and well, now we're focusing on Bean Bandit. I mean, it's still a good action series, but you kind of wonder, like, well, what's the focus here?
Yeah, you're saying the focus shifts quite obviously.
Yeah, it's like he's going, like he's making. It seems like it's obviously that Tsunoda wants to do more of a Bean Bandit series, that at this point than like a Gunsmith Cats series with Raleigh and Minnie May.
Interesting.
Not that that's necessarily a bad thing because he's got a great eye for action and how to pace a good action scene. Mm-hmm. So it's like I guess it's a problem if you really like if you're looking for action with Raleigh and Minnie May specifically as opposed to Bean Bandit. Right.
Now they still have the Shelby Mustang and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point because the fact that Shelby's Raleigh's Cobra was actually carjacked as a part of the criminal organization's plan to get back at her after she screwed them in the first volume.
Okay.
Yeah, so that basically the problem is like it is sadly no longer with us as of the second volume.
Nuts.
So now she's working on getting a new car back, and that's her first story in volume 3.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So overall, it's like I said, it's still worthwhile for action fans, mm-hmm. but it's like it doesn't have quite the same charm as the original Gunsmith Cats series, which is now available uncensored in 4 omnibus editions from Dark Horse.
Okay, so Dark Horse is putting it out.
Yes.
All right.
And to be honest, like in all honesty, if you haven't read this before the omnibus editions, I'd recommend going out and picking them up first.
The omnibus?
Yeah, Gunsmith Cats omnibus 1 through 4.
Gotcha.
Then, if you're jonesing for more, Gunsmith Cats Burst will probably fit the bill.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. Now, next up, I'm dragging John in here to talk about another series that we've both read.
You're dragging me in kicking and screaming, but okay.
Yeah, basically, we're talking about the Read or Die manga series.
Yes.
Now, this is the original series, and the focus is on the paper, Yomiko Reedman.
Mm-hmm.
He's an agent of the British Library, who basically has the power to control paper and make it do anything she wants.
Yes. And part of the charm of reading this series was, oh great, after I'd watched the OAVs and the R.O.D. OAVs and then the R.O.D. the TV, it was like, oh great, now I get to read a prequel story about R.O.D. Well, we weren't really treated to that, were we now, Jay?
Yes, because the problem is, it's like the first couple of volumes. This is the 4-volume series. First 3 volumes, you get the feeling that you're basically reading like an interquel, like something that sets up that introduces characters from the TV series and explains kind of like why certain characters went bad later after the OVA series.
Right.
Now, then once you get to volume 4, though, you find out, oh wait, that's not what we're reading at all. We are reading actually an alternate universe story that doesn't actually have any direct correlation to the OVA or TV series.
Not any really direct, strong correlation in plot, at least.
Yes, because
outside of the names of some of the characters, obviously. But.
Yeah, because the problem is, I mean, it's sad though because the series is overall really strong. I mean, it has lots of the great crazy action that made the OVA and TV series so good. And then to find out that, oh wait, we're not actually reading what we thought we were. It's like you just pull out the rug right from under us and cause us to fall right flat in our faces, and it hurts, and that doesn't make us happy at all.
Yes, to me, the R.O.D. OAV was the master. I mean, it was just a great 3-set story. I really enjoyed the television series because it dovetailed so nicely into the events that happened in the OAV series. So this is the kind of thing I expected when I read this. You know?
Yeah, exactly. What makes it even more annoying is that the TV series refers back to a character in the manga, but it can actually work because what happened to him in the manga is different than the situation that they set up in the TV series as well.
Yeah.
So when you're like, well, how can this possibly be?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's all more grainy because, like I said, it was very good up to the final volume, and then at that point, after that final volume, I realized, hey, you know what, I'm tossing this into the to-sell pile of manga that I have.
There you go. And I actually bought the Hideaki Kurata, who is the
writer. He's the creator of the series, and he wrote the manga as well.
Yes, he did. He also wrote a series of light novels that I bought. And since I was practicing Japanese, I fancied, I'll sit there and translate them. And I had made some copies for someone else to translate. And I barely got past the first few pages. And I just said, okay. And he, as of a few years ago, he was still writing those novels. On my bookshelf, if I just tweak over here, I got 7 of them sitting up there. But I don't know. But I did get him autographed from Hideaki Kurata when he was at Anime Expo a few years back. So that, maybe I'll sell them on eBay or something. Anyway, the manga is totally, almost a different animal, really.
Yeah, and I guess to be honest, like I said, I guess the problem is like if you're able to divorce yourself like expecting any like correlation to the anime or TV series, it'll probably be enjoyable. But really, divested of its connection to the Read or Die series, I don't know. It's like the story itself wouldn't be all that great if it hadn't had that connection.
Yeah.
So which makes the fact that it doesn't connect to the series that much more disappointing.
Yeah, I'd like for him to come out with yet another series that would closely tie into the events or explain some of the events that we were left hanging off with. He'd left it open, but I don't know. Maybe he's not interested in producing it right now. Who knows?
Yeah, chances are it's like you have to wait till someone brings over the light novels.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it looks like that's about it.
Yeah, that's it for now. So, just come back next time. Plenty more comics to recommend or revile for you.
Bye.